Despite the pandemic, it was a record-setting year for the world's wealthiest, with a $5 trillion surge in wealth and an unprecedented number of new billionaires. Larry Page net worth, $91.5 billion. Source of wealth, Google residence, Palo Alto, California. Born March 26, 1973 is an American computer scientist and internet entrepreneur. He is best known as one of the co-founders of Google along with Sergey Brin. Page was the chief executive officer of Google from 1997 until August 2001, stepping down in favor of E. Larry Page net worth, $91.5 billion. Source of wealth, Google residence, Palo Alto, California. Born March 26, 1973 is an American computer scientist and internet entrepreneur. He is best known as one of the co-founders of Google along with Sergey Brin. Page was the chief executive officer of Google from 1997 until August 2001, stepping down in favor of E. Larry Page net worth, $91.5 billion. Source of wealth, Google residence, Palo Alto, California. Born March 26, 1973 is an American computer scientist and internet entrepreneur. He is best known as one of the co-founders of Google along with Sergey Brin. Page was the chief executive officer of Google from 1997 until August 2. Mukesh Ambani of India has become the richest person in Asia, ranked number 10 and worth an estimated $84.5 billion. He nudges out Jack Ma of China, Asia's richest person a year ago, whose rank dropped to number 26, from number 17 last year, despite a nearly $10 billion jump in his fortune to $48.4 billion. The biggest gainer in percentage terms this year is from China. Zhong Shenshan took his bottled water company Nongfu Spring public last fall on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange and shares soared, lifting his net worth to $68.9 billion, up 3,345% from $2 billion a year ago. Sergey Brin net worth, $89 billion. Source of wealth, Google residence, Los Altos, California. Page and Brin, who founded Google in 1998, continue to serve as board members of its parent company, Alphabet, but otherwise maintain low profiles. Google was under fire in Australia earlier this year for what critics say is the search engine's role in weakening the media there. Larry Page net worth, $91.5 billion. Source of wealth, Google residence, Palo Alto, California. Born March 26, 1973 is an American computer scientist and internet entrepreneur. He is best known as one of the co-founders of Google along with Sergey Brin. Page was the chief executive officer of Google from 1997 until August 2001, stepping down in favor of E. Larry Ellison net worth, $93 billion. Source of wealth, software residence, Lanai, Hawaii. The Silicon Valley titan moved to Hawaii during the pandemic. Software giant Oracle, meanwhile, which he co-founded in 1977, has relocated its headquarters from the Bay Area to Texas. Warren Buffett net worth, $96 billion. Source of wealth, Berkshire Hathaway residence, Omaha. Berkshire Hathaway's 90-year-old chairman and CEO is $28.5 billion richer than last year, despite giving $2.9 billion worth of Berkshire Hathaway stock to charitable foundations in July 2020, thanks to a 36% rise in Berkshire stock. Still, his gains were outpaced by others. Buffett is the world's number 6 richest this year. It's the first time since 1993 that he hasn't been in the top 5 richest in the world. Mark Zuckerberg net worth, $97 billion. Source of wealth, Facebook residence, Palo Alto, California. Continued congressional scrutiny and advertising boycotts have yet to dent Zuckerberg's fortune. Facebook shares rose 80% over the past year, making Zuckerberg more than $42 billion richer than he was a year ago. William Henry Gates III, born October 28, 1955, is an American business magnate, software developer, investor, author, landowner and philanthropist. He is a co-founder of Microsoft Corporation. During his career at Microsoft, Gates held the positions of Chairman, Chief Executive Officer, CEO, President and Chief Software Architect, while also being the largest individual shareholder until May 2014. He is considered one of the best-known entrepreneurs of the microcomputer revolution of the 1970s and 1980s. Bernard Arnault, born March 5, 1949, is a French billionaire businessman and art collector. He is the chairman and chief executive of LVMH Moet Hennessy, Louis Vuitton Say, the world's largest luxury goods company. In April 2018, he became the richest person in fashion, topping Zara's Amancio Ortega. Arnault briefly surpassed Jeff Bezos to become the richest person in the world in December 2019. He again became the world's richest person for a short time in January 2020. As of March 16, 2021, Bloomberg Billionaires Index estimates his net worth at $123.7 billion, while Forbes estimates his total family fortune at $160.8 billion. French luxury goods tycoon Bernard Arnault holds on to his spot at number 3, but his fortune nearly doubled to $150 billion, from $76 billion, due to an 86% rise in the shares of LVMH, owner of brands including Louis Vuitton and Christian Dior and cosmetics retailer Sephora. The top 10 richest are worth $1.15 trillion, up by two-thirds from $686 billion last year. Altogether, Europe's billionaires are $1 trillion richer than a year ago. Elon Musk net worth, $151 billion. Source of wealth, Tesla, SpaceX residence, Austin, Texas. Elon Musk is working to revolutionize transportation both on Earth, through electric car maker Tesla, and in space, via rocket producer SpaceX. He owns 21% of Tesla but has pledged more than half his stake as collateral for loans. Forbes has discounted his stake to take the loans into account. He stepped down as chairman in 2018, after making alleged false statements about a plan to take Tesla private, triggering an SEC probe. SpaceX, Musk's rocket company, is now valued at $74 billion after its latest funding round in February 2021. He grew up in South Africa, then emigrated to Canada at age 17. He landed in the U.S. as a transfer student to the University of Pennsylvania. Tesla Cybertruck. This model is absolutely the biggest item on Tesla's 2021 punch list. Revealed in late 2019, the distinctively styled Cybertruck is meant to enter production this year, with its most powerful tri-motor variant scheduled first. Tesla has said a dual-motor Cybertruck will follow in late 2021, before the most affordable single-motor version rolls out off the assembly line in 2022. Tesla hasn't given any signal the Cybertruck won't begin production this year, but as mentioned above, the company doesn't have a stellar track record when it comes to production timelines. We certainly hope the Cybertruck arrives this year, but none of us here will be particularly surprised if the electric pickup truck isn't on the road in 2021, especially not in meaningful quantities. In fact, CEO Elon Musk confirmed our belief. He said the company will make a few deliveries, but volume production won't really kick into high gear until 2022. Tesla is known for many wonderful things, but meeting deadlines has never been one of them. Regardless, the company and CEO Elon Musk have big things promised for this year, and with crazy growth in the company's valuation in 2020, Tesla should have the resources to put more of its ambitious plans into action. Having said all of that, let's take a look at why 2021 is expected to be such a grand year for the electric car maker. Before we dive in, a caveat: some of the items below were initially promised for last year, if not multiple years ago. In the same fashion, there's certainly a possibility, likelihood, that Tesla will continue to kick some projects further into the future. But, for now, if all goes according to plan, here's what to expect from Tesla in 2021. Jeff Bezos' net worth, $177 billion. Source of wealth, Amazon residence, Seattle. Bezos is the world's wealthiest person for the fourth straight year, despite temporarily losing that title to Elon Musk in January. The 57-year-old Amazon founder is stepping down as CEO later in 2021. He currently owns just under 11% of the tech giant's stock. How much does Jeff Bezos make a second? As the world's richest person, how does Jeff Bezos make a second? People often wonder how it's like having such colossal wealth. Merely observing his lifestyle through the media is insufficient, though. Fortunately, experts have crunched the number to derive how much Jeff Bezos per second. We'll begin by discussing the man's brief biography. We'll also elaborate on details regarding Bezos' base salary and yearly compensation. Then, we'll estimate his earnings and compare them with the average worker's wages. Lastly, we'll answer just how much Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos earns every second. Then, we'll estimate his earnings every year, month, and day. We'll compare this with the typical wage worker. Lastly, we'll reveal just how much Jeff Bezos makes a second. If you wanted a clear sense of the affluence of Jeff Bezos, read further. You'll also learn how a person can accrue such staggering wealth. If you're going to reach the heights of the world's wealthiest people, perhaps this could serve as your guide. Maybe you'll be listed among their ranks soon. Thank you for watching and for listening. This is @Saudi. Please do like, share, comment and subscribe for you to be updated on my next uploads.